welcome to another Tuesday Tip with the Manitoba ORF chapter. I'm Charisse Wirch, and today I'd like to share with you a couple of ideas around March Madness. Now, March Madness is a time that we can use to reinforce some basic playing techniques, maybe mallet techniques or note reading, rhythm reading. And so this year, because we're not playing mallet instruments at our school, I'm going to be using the time to do an intentional rhythm and notational reading challenge with my students. And I'm going to be using two resources that I'd like to share with you today for that, and maybe give you a few ideas for something that you can do in your own classrooms. So this is Music Play Online by Denise Gagné. This has been a great website to use through this year. We've been using a lot of the different parts of the website for lessons and for basic rhythmic drills and melody reading. And two of the games that my students have really been enjoying have been Which Rhythm Do You Hear and Match the Melody, which are at the top right-hand corner under the games. So these are the two games that I'm going to be using for March Madness this year for tracking their levels and doing a really intentional progression through these levels. And I'll show you a picture of a poster that I created as well for a visual for my grade 4-5 classrooms. So they'll be able to kind of see how the other classrooms are doing and hopefully create just a bit of friendly competition. But Which Rhythm Do You Hear is really great. It starts very simple and it gets fairly complex. There are 10 examples in each level. So the first class, when I introduce a new level, I will have it just as a practice so that everybody is responding. And then the next two classes, I play the same level and have students respond individually, just by calling their names and saying that they're up next, and they will have to give me their answer. So it is actually a really quick way of doing an assessment. So after every 3 classes, I have a full class assessment for each level. So there's Which Rhythm You Hear. And the students then just have to answer which one it is, and they get it correct. Oops, that was wrong. And then we would try it again. So that's Which Rhythm Do You Hear? And then Match the Melody is really great for working on our solfege and our melody, our note reading. There's different levels within each level. And so they can hear either a keyboard sound or a vocal sound. They can hear the voice. And I will often have the students practice with their hand signs as well, so we get that. And even they can hum along, and then they are working it out to see which melody is correct, and then it would be correct, and then we would move on. Again, we'll practice that level during one class, and then the next 2 classes we'll do it as an assessment piece. So those are the 2 that we're really focusing on for March Madness, and then I will show you the next resource. Okay, and the second resource that I'm going to just highlight today is Mallet Madness by Artie, Almeida. I find that the first one, she has 2 of these, and the Mallet Madness, the original, has quite a few more activities that we can use just in our classroom, away from mallets and away from real classroom instruments, but there are still activities that we can use and adapt to our instrument kits or even just tapping on a desk. And so there's still lots of wonderful resources in here to reinforce rhythm and speech patterns and just playing and alternating hands. There's the warm-ups, there's the which really focuses on the hands together and the alternating technique, and also the crossover, so that students don't lose their gross motor skills doing that. There's also poems such as Peas Porridge, 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe, Jack and Jill, 2, 4, 6, 8, Jump Rope, which would be great to learn now and then transfer that to actual skipping ropes when we can get out in the spring. There's Walk the Dog, Peanut Butter Pie, which features ticka tickas, which is great. That one would also be fantastic for a canon, for rhythmic canon opportunities. There's a respect rap, there's 1 potato, 2 times 4 rhythms. So there's lots of great resources in here. So if you have this book, I would really suggest that you dig it out and take a look to see how you can use that in your classroom. If you come up with some really great ideas and adaptations, I'd love to continue the conversation if you want to post it in Facebook, and we can and share those ideas with all of us. So today I'm going to leave you with one adaptation that Artie has done, and that is the Crazy Eights. Now, Crazy Eights, if you're not familiar with it, is where you tap the first beat and then you count to 8, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest are rests, and then you can go backwards when you get to the end for the second phrase. Now, I'd like to include a little bit of a listening component because it is St. Patrick's Day in the middle of March. I love to use the Irish Washerwoman, and I thought that this year would be fantastic to include the Irish Washerwoman along with Crazy Eights. So I'm just going to demonstrate how that could be done. So this is Artie Almeida's Crazy Eights combined with the Irish Washerwoman, and the recording I'm using today is by the Celtic Legends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2,